Hi, and welcome to the MaryLee Herrmann Show. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day or a wonderful morning. So, last September, a few months ago, several months ago, I started to feel a little bit of a pain up here in the upper left of my mouth. Left, right? Left, yeah. Left of my mouth. And I put it off. I sort of thought, well, maybe there's a popcorn kernel stuck up in there, and I would dig at it with my floss and really try. And I was like, it's not going away. So I broke down. I thought, well, you know what? You need to go in for your annual dental appointment anyway. And I have a very, very kind, great dentist in a small office. So I felt safe going in there. It's just him, and then and in a small town, very endearing, and he's just a great guy. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm sure he's taking all the precautions. I'm going to go ahead and go in. So I went in, and he did the exam, he did the x-rays, and did the cleaning. And he said, well, I don't really see anything that could be causing that problem. Like, I don't see anything on the surface, and I'm not seeing anything in my x-rays. Well, I thought, well, how can that be? Oh, great. What's this pain then? What is it? What's causing this? And I thought, it's not in my head, is it? Well, it wasn't. Well, kind of is in my head. He said, I would suggest you go to an endodontist. It's like I said, he's a boutique dentist, so he does, dentistry, but beyond that, I would need to go someone else. I'd never heard of an endodontist. I pushed a little bit, and let's see, when I was a kid, I have tons of fillings from then, a lot of fillings, which is really sad because my dad worked at Procter & Gamble. Yeah, Daddy worked at P&G, the makers of Crest toothpaste. So there was no wanting or needing toothpaste at my house, but I still managed to, not take great care of my teeth then. Then I had braces in high school, and from there on, diligent care of my teeth, but since high school, since getting the braces off, I hadn't had any need other than annual cleanings and annual checkups, but I have need no extra dental work. So I really was thinking, oh no, maybe it's just a bruise or something. And he said, well, it is possible that that I bit down on something so hard that I'd bruised that area. And if I wanted to, I could give it a couple weeks to see if it would go away. Now, mind you, at this point, it'd already been several weeks. So it probably wasn't going away, but I held off. I was like, oh no, endodontist, I don't need that. It didn't go away. It got worse. I broke down and called him, and he referred me to an endodontist who I went into, and they confirmed that, yeah, you had a crack in there, and so like a little bit of infection got in there and into one of my fillings, and so I needed a root canal. You see it in the movies, in the cartoons, right? It's like root canal. That's like the worst thing in the world. So I was really not happy about that. But I thought, okay, no, just be grateful you're in an okay place, that you can have dental work done. Not everyone, that's a luxury to some people. So it took a little bit, but I did. I was like, okay, fine, all right, good. And then we scheduled it, and I discovered too that you would need a crown. Like, I haven't had much dental work since braces in high school, so I don't really know what the different processes and procedures are. Well, you need a crown after you get a root canal, and you want that put on within a month. Well, my dentist, unfortunately, was going on, he was going to be out because he was having surgery done. Poor guy. And I thought, oh, great, so now I need to find a dentist to do this crown. And I went to my sweetheart. He said, hey, I like my guy. He's good and fine. So I was like, all right, made an appointment there, and went in, and they said, oh, sorry, back to the root canal. My root canal actually it wasn't great. It was uncomfortable, but I was really spoiled, to be honest with you, because I was in a massage chair and they had a fleece blanket for me. I'd worn in my sheepskin boots and sweatpants just so I'd be comfortable, and cozy sweater. And that made all the difference, I think. But the procedure itself went really well as far as I can tell. I've never had another one, so I'm not sure, nothing to compare it to. But so that went well. And then I went into a dentist who he took some x-rays of his own. And he said that, well, okay, and yeah, you need a crown over here. We see that, and you definitely need that, but you need 3 fillings over here too. And so now about like maybe a month has passed since, I guess it would have been about 6 weeks had passed since I'd had my initial x-rays with my first dentist. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Why do I need these fillings now? And what's going on in happening? I've never needed anything in years and years and years. Well, he brought up something that actually both my original dentist and the endodontist had suggested. Apparently at night, I'm grinding my teeth. Well, I don't think I actually grind them. I think I clench them though. And this is only since this has been brought to my attention, and I'll be, asleep but kind of waking up, and I'll be aware that, like, oh, you're clenching. You've got your teeth, your jaw and your teeth so tight. Like, just chill, girl, go to sleep. So I've started sleeping with a night guard. This is what all 3 dental professionals that I have seen in the last months have suggested to help, because what may have even happened is that in the weeks from when I had my first dental x-ray to when I went to this new dentist, that I could have been causing more damage. And he said it's quite possible that's why it's more prominent on his x-rays than it was from 6 weeks prior, that I've been clenching my teeth and it's causing a lot of damage. Now, as it turns out, doing research on night guards and such, an article came online. An article came to my attention that during this pandemic, dentists are saying they are actually prescribing more night guards just in those months than they have several years before and such. So a lot of people are apparently clenching or grinding their teeth because of all the stress and the anxiety that we're all under right now. And so they are prescribing a lot more of these. So the reason I'm saying that is because I had kind of put it off a little bit, and I sort of didn't really push my appointments. I wasn't that in a hurry to get a root canal and then a crown. And so I may have even caused more damage during that time. Maybe not, but it's possible. So if you've been even thinking about it, or if I was feeling some tension in my jaw, and anxiety, and the same thing, that's just, it's not helpful. So you might want to consider talking to your dentist about getting a night guard, or if you just say you just had an exam not too long ago, or understandably you aren't anxious to go into a dental office right now, though I think most of them are just taking really good precautions. Mine both have been really good about spacing and distancing. One of them, they'll be like, sit in your car and we'll text you when it's your time for your appointment. So, there are options, and just be aware. And if your dental office isn't maybe someone that's taking the greatest precautions, or perhaps unfortunately closed because of this, then, maybe look into another office locally. In the meantime, though, you could get a night guard because they are subscribed and you can get these over the counter. I got this one at a local pharmacy. The little bit of research I did do on them recommends the boil ones. And so what it is that when I got this, you boil water, and then when it's to a certain temperature, you put this in there, because it comes in a different form. It's actually just flat and clear. And then when it's ready to be formed, or maybe I have that backwards, perhaps it gets clear. But you take it out and then you put it in and you form it. And there's directions with them. And the night guards generally that I saw ranged from about $14 or $15 maybe up to about $45 or $50, all over the place. This is a middle of the road, middle of the range one. I just kind of felt like that would be a good place to start. And the thing though too is that talking about night guards to friends, it's been interesting how many people said, oh yeah, I wear a night guard. And if I'd known sooner, I probably could have saved myself not only some pain, but also some money. And, but they all say the same thing. Yeah, I started off with over-the-counter night guards, but I just gave up and went to my dentist. This is working for me okay now, but I see why in the long term I would be inclined to go in and get one that's specifically fitted by a professional for me. There's just a lot of different factors that go into how comfortable you are sleeping with this at night. Some people have said that there's slip out, which is obviously not a good thing. I'm very fortunate that doesn't happen. I don't feel like that's going to happen with this. It's pretty well fit, but it's just not the most comfortable. So, talk to me. You have any dental pains, any mouth pains, or any dental work? I have another dear friend who she's going through, she put it off for a bit too, and now she's having to suffer extensive work. So I guess it's not something that should be put off. But you tell me in the comments, is there something else, any other tips or suggestions for people who might be clenching or grinding their teeth, or people who are putting off dental work? What did it take you to finally go in and get your work done? All right, well, thanks so much for watching the MaryLee Herrmann Show, and have a great day.